Hello and welcome to today's video. So, in conversation with a friend, they were saying to me that Rollei RPX is just a rebranded Kentmere. And I was kind of like, no it's not, it's a different price completely. Like, RPX is more expensive. Well anyway, a couple months ago I went on holiday to Wales and I thought this was a perfect opportunity to test this while at Devil's Bridge. So I started the day out with shooting Rollei RPX 400. Before we even got to the site of main waterfall, I'd actually ended up shooting like half the roll off because there was just so much around. So looking at these images, I've actually really enjoyed the tones from the RPX, as it's quite balanced between the highs, the mids and the lows, retaining lots of detail, and there's no really any grain in comparison to what I've seen with Kentmere and other 400 speeds. So I'm thinking in the editing here with these stairs, I'm going to drop it by about half a step, as I'm kind of thinking the highlights kind of getting a little bit too much in the image. So looking at his first few ones of the Kentmere, I can kind of see definitely for a fact that Kentmere and Rollei RPX are not the same characteristics. The Kentmere has definitely got much more of a contrasty sort of tone and look to it. I think in this image here, it was a good one to shoot Kentmere on because of that contrast has really helped that highlight of the water pop out from those trees in the background. And I think it might have been lost a bit more in the RPX. So I think personally, for me, I've answered this question. For myself, I don't think RPX and Kentmere are the same film. I don't think Rollei RPX 400 is just a rebranded Kentmere at all. They're kind of showing two different characteristics, personally, from what I'm seeing in this instance. I think that the RPX has definitely got much more of a balanced tone from those highs to lows, and it definitely has a much more balanced tone across the mids. Its mids feel much stronger than the Kentmere's mids. I also think it's much more of a less grainier film for 400 speed. I'd be interested to see what the 100 come out like, but I'd only shot 400 for this one as I had a limited, well, I only shot 400 for this one as I had a limited amount of film to bring, and given the environment I thought 400 was a much better one than 100, as it would give me more to shoot throughout the day. I wasn't expecting to go through such an amount of film in such a short time period, as this was all done in the space of like 2-3 hours. I think overall, Kentmere is a good film. It's got a good contrast to it. I really personally enjoy pushing that by like 2 stops. Pushing it at 16 is great. I'd be interested to see if the RPX holds up the same, but I think personally between these two films, they're much more balanced, one in the RPX and a much more contrasty look in the Kentmere. The interesting one would be to see Rollei RPX versus HP5, which I might do in the future. I'm also personally really interested to see what RPX can do in a much more urban environment. So it'll be interesting to see what the contrast will be on that and how the tones will look in the city. But personally, I quite like it so far, and I think I will definitely be shooting it again. Definitely be shooting Kentmere again. It's a fantastic price for what it is. It allows me to experiment and see what I can do. RPX, I think I will definitely pick you again, but I need to see what it looks like in comparison to HP5. So, thanks for watching the video. Like, subscribe and leave a comment below. It really does help as this channel's just started out and it's growing. See you next time.